It is another day, which means we're playing Dragon Quest. Guys, I don't think I've done a Batoen episode yet. So let's do it. This is the side mode of Dragon Quest, a little bit like Pokemon, all that good stuff. You just open up your little Batoen chest that you find from our good old buddy in Port Town, and you can play this mini game. Like I said, it's a lot like Pokemon. It reminds me of the later stages of it, where you have the triple battles and quadruple battles and whatnot. But yeah, essentially you just summon random little monsters from your Batoen bongs, your Batoen sticks, and you can battle them out. Mostly random moves here that they use. I believe there's one or two monsters that you can actually eventually pick their moves if they get a right move, but there are very few that you can even pick things, and you're also can use items and switch, but there's not too much of a strategy here. This is definitely one of those auto battle modes, and every now and then you'll get a mission to do this, so I did on my main, and luckily, because I play in off hours in Japan, I can just do this with computers and still complete it. So that is what we're doing here now. These are all computer generated AI characters. I love my fellow clinkers, and I hope you enjoy the gameplay. But yeah, as we explain and go through Batoen, I'll just talk about what I like to yap about, and today it's gonna be more of a somber episode because I feel like a lot of people are very afraid of, kind of asserting dominance in a genre, in a thing, in a concept, and allowing someone else to pick up the slack, take up the work, and finish what you started. Because a lot of times, guys, we're not going to be able to go 100% of the way, essentially. And we're going to have to sit in that solace that, people are better than us, that we may have indeed fueled them to be better than us. And I really don't think there's many ways around that fact. I think you're always going to have to, whether you like it or not, train your predecessor, into being what you wanted to be. Because I feel like the people who really live the most full lives are still kind of living them through different means and people and ways and souls and states of consciousness. So it's the beautiful thing about life is that it's very short, but at the same time there are metas, there are ways to extend your grasp of what consciousness is and what love is. I feel like we really do have a really weird concept of that here in America, of love. And whatever way you want to look at it, it always has to come with some kind of action. I feel like you can't just love sitting down and doing nothing. So because it's so complicated, my guide to you in passing the baton, it's just like when you're in a relay race, okay? When you're passing the baton and when you're grabbing the baton, it's always an action. It's always a state of flowing motion, The runner doesn't stop running immediately when they hand it off. They keep running a little bit, and vice versa. The person catching the baton doesn't go from 0 to 100. When the person is close, their action starts, and then they start running, and then the person passes it to them mid-run, and then once you grab it, once I feel somebody has it, I have permission to let go. I have permission to just chill out and let the chips fall where they may, if you will. So, like I said, a little bit of a somber topic, but I feel like it's needed to be said because mortality is a very scary thing for a lot of people. I think I talked about this in a recent episode I uploaded, but yeah, I was listening to my guy be afraid of growing old, and that's been one of my biggest fears for a while. I think another fear of mine was being alone, or just dying alone, living alone for too long. And we're living that reality right now. There's not a lot of chances I get to interact with people IRL. And there's really not a huge desire to relate to the people who are closest to me right now. So I'm just kind of by myself, I'm just kind of utilizing all the MP I can with the people I can. And I feel like you kind of just gotta give up on all of your solid objectives and methods and teachings to just let things happen. Sorry, that's my alarm. To allow the world to move within you. Because that's all we really need to do here. The problem with the world is that it just kind of convinces us that, we're here to spread ourselves thin as ice. And, you can. It's a choice. But you have to work the internet. You can't let the internet work you, You just gotta flow through whatever you think you need at the moment. And hopefully that can take you away from our horrible AI future that we're all kind of scared of. I've visited quite a few, retail shops, fast food restaurants, because I am outside every day. I walk around and stuff, and it just seems like everybody is very sad and very scared, and I think that's kind of why. If you're in the situation, got a customer service job or whatever, just, try to be in the moment. Like I said, we're probably not going to have these things in the future for too long. So yeah, make an attempt. That's what love really is, man. It's just taking an action, giving what you can to fuel someone else's cup, or perhaps your own cup, because you are a person too. You are not a robot. As much as I'd like to be a robot, I'm not a robot either. And luckily the clankers will be here to take away all the things that we don't want to do, but oftentimes when you get those things taken away, you realize you kind of wanted to do it. Anyways, that's it. Passing the baton. Mark, I'm out.
All I want is a check with a few $100,000.